It's heartbreaking when your favorite player hangs up their gear for good. It was a dream come true for fans when the legendary quarterback, Tom Brady, returned to the field after staying in retirement for only a couple of months. Yet, no good thing can last forever. In today's video, we'll talk about the 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady's expected retirement for good at the end of this season. First off, the whole story about Brady's expected retirement. When Tom backflipped on his decision to retire, as enthusiastic as we all were, it was pretty well understood that it wouldn't last forever. Sooner or later, the star athlete had to retire. However, the important question we all managed to keep at bay from our thoughts was when. As per the NFL insider Ian Rapoport, the end is again near for the star quarterback. After the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' recent win over the Dallas Cowboys, Ian Rapoport raised an interesting question during his broadcast, discussing the possibility of whether Tom could make it to his 11th Super Bowl or would retire. The reporter revealed some shocking things that made waves all around the NFL. He stated that many knowledgeable people about Tom and his way of thinking agreed that he'd retire by the end of this season. Ian also acknowledged that while the 3-time MVP has never been vocal about his intentions, that's what he had in mind. To back his claim, Rapoport even said that this wasn't coming from one person. He maintained that multiple parties agreed that the Bucs signal caller was playing this season with the mindset that this would be his last. But wasn't Tom already retired but came back nevertheless? So maybe he'll change his mind again and keep playing a season or two more? While that is a possibility, things don't seem to be heading that way. Let's find out why. But before that, let's hear what others say about this. Up next, do other analysts feel the same? We hate to break it to you, but others believe the same as Rapoport. Hall of Famer Kurt Warner expressed his opinion on the matter on NFL Game Day, stating that it's more than likely that this year would be the last one for Tom on the field. Kurt argued that considering all the developments leading up to the present day, he believed it highly unlikely that we'd get to see more of the star signal caller in the next season. But there's a silver lining in Kurt's stance as well. He didn't entirely rule out Tom's possibility of making it to the Super Bowl this year and winning his 8th title. Fingers crossed. Now let's get into the why part. Moving on, let's talk about Tom's first retirement in detail. The football maestro announced his retirement earlier this year on Instagram, breaking hearts worldwide. After an unrivaled 22-year-long career that was full of records, selections, and accolades, Brady made his decision to hang his gear up publicly right after the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ended their season with a nail-bitingly close 30-27 loss against the eventual champions Los Angeles Rams in the NFC divisional round. Once the dust settled, many speculated that his decision came on the spur of the moment. The situation took a drastic turn, with the league still months away from kicking off their new season without their most prominent signal caller. Not 6 weeks into his retirement, it was revealed that Tom would be coming back to the Buccaneers. He had backflipped his decision of retirement and was indeed coming back. However, another important but less discussed detail about Tom's retirement decision is that it came because of personal reasons. Next up, what are Tom's personal reasons? Rumors had it that Tom was having domestic issues with his wife, Gisele Bündchen, which also had its roots in his professional life. While it was brushed aside at the beginning, partly out of being a sensitive topic and because Tom otherwise returned to the field. However, when the Bucs started their training camp, the rumor resurfaced. You must be wondering that the previous retirement episode is over. So why are we even talking about all this here? Bear with us. You'll come to see the point soon. Anyway, so what happened was Tom took an 11-day leave of absence from the training camp to sort some things out. Insider sources claimed he went to a private resort in the Bahamas with his family. When asked about Brady's absence in the preseason, the Bucs head coach also replied with an air of secrecy that he's a man in his 40s who just had some things to resolve. When Tom made it back on the team, he also talked along the same lines, never spelling out plainly what was happening. However, it became clear that the rumors were true. Coming up next, the crux of the whole thing. We have a majority of analysts feeling the same way. The quarterback retired because of domestic issues. If you're still doubtful, there's another rumor circulating in the media that Tom and his wife are living apart in Miami. All this adds up to just one thing, and that's what everyone is also saying these days. Whether you like it or not, this is probably the last season Tom would ever play. And this is why it would be the end, and there'd be no returning. Because Tom retired, most likely because of his family issues, he returned and tried to make it work. However, things aren't going as smoothly for him as he'd have wanted them to. Long story short, we might be seeing him in action for the last time this season. Let's hope it ends in an outcome that's befitting a star with an 8th Super Bowl ring under his belt. Moving on, other news in the NFL. First off, Week 4 power rankings see the Eagles on the number 1 spot. The NFL power rankings exist for one simple reason: to track the journey of each team in the league and highlight who did the best every week. The most exciting thing about the rankings is that they are not only temporary, but also shuffled a lot. Anyway, in an exciting turn of events, after Week 4 of the NFL, the Eagles have risen to the top spot in the power rankings. Last week, the Buffalo Bills seemed like an unstoppable force that transcended the accepted bounds of the NFL power rankings. It seemed as if they were there to retain the top spot. However, the 4th week brought all the luck for the Eagles. Let's see if they'll be able to retain their spot or not after next week. If you ask, their trajectory has been upward as they slid into the top 3 in the 3rd week and snatched the first spot a week later. However, as they say, only time will tell. So keep your fingers crossed, Eagles fans. Coming up next, Isaac Rochelle is not happy with the NFL fangirling over his wife. Defensive end on the Cleveland Browns, Isaac Rochelle, was left with hurt feelings after the NFL started fangirling over his wife on TikTok after the Thursday game. What happened was that the NFL's official TikTok account posted a day in the life styled video of Isaac's wife, Allison Kutch, getting ready for her husband's recent game. They even teased the caption that they'd send a horse and carriage for the next game. The Browns defensive end was not happy with the whole episode and responded to the post with a social media post of his own that had a text banner, "I'm so mad at the NFL." He also stated that while he'd been on the field that day, breaking a sweat and taking serious action, it's hurtful to see that the NFL posted about his wife first and not him, who's playing that game. Things got funny when the NFL did right their wrongs afterward by stitching the video with footage of Rochelle's performance from the game. Finally, the Dolphins coach has expressed his feelings about the butt punt. The recent game between the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills came with some wild plays, and more prominently, one of the funniest moments in the recent history of the NFL. Just 90 seconds short of Miami's 21-19 win over the Bills, Dolphins punter Thomas Morstead attempted to punt out of their end zone. However, what happened was that the ball hit Trent Sherfield's butt. Although the ball bounced through the back of the end zone, resulting in a safety, and the Dolphins ended up winning the game, someone didn't find the whole play funny. It's weird because not only the fans, but even poor Trent himself was up on social media laughing the whole episode off just hours after the game. The Dolphins coach, Danny Crossman, however, wasn't amused. He instead expressed his opinion that it was a critical mistake that could have cost them the game. He also added that he didn't find it funny and didn't think the incident deserved even a smile, let alone a laugh. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the possibility that Tom Brady might retire after this season? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.